Give me a break, man. Give me a flake, man. Give me a break, man. Give me a break, man. Break, man. I break, man. I break, man. I break, man.
Hey guys, another live video with Ronin Dave. Let's hope you keep the conversation down to 40 minutes, 35 minutes. So we don't shoot for that. Meeting him as before he goes back to Nagoya Station. No, I'm sorry, Tokyo. Where are you going? Going back to
Tokyo, yes.
We're at Nagoya, and he's done me a very gentlemanly favor of picking up some craft beer, some Japanese craft beer. What do you got here? Stout, okay.
Mm-hmm. And IPA.
An IPA, all right.
We should start with first.
We should start with the IPA because the stout has a stronger flavor, right?
Yes.
So these are Japanese craft beers. They're quite expensive, about 500 yen each?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these are from Osaka.
From Osaka. Were you in Osaka or you just...
No, I just happened to pick them up in the...
Oh, I see. And do they have bulls on the top? Is that a bull? No, that's a monkey. Oh, but these are cool tops. Dude, I gotta keep this.
All right.
Oh, this is a cool top. You want yours? Can I have yours? Or?
Oh, yeah, you can have mine.
Hey, who wants these? I'll send them out to somebody. I'll be nice.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
These are cool.
Yeah, it's a little monkey with a crown and
look at that. That is a cool
fine
little...
glass.
Look at that. That is cool. All right. Let's kanpai.
All right.
Kanpai. And there's a police station right there. And nobody cares. How is it?
See, that's what's interesting being, yeah, it's got kind of fruity flavor.
Yeah. That's a stout?
No, this is IPA.
Oh, this is IPA, of course.
Yeah. But it's a strong taste.
Yeah, it is. It's strong.
One thing that's interesting with beer.
What's the percentage here? Mugi. 100% mugi. Is wheat. And what's the 9% alcohol? Whoa! It's a
damn, that's 500 yen.
Strong zero. You've met your match.
What's interesting, like with...
I got a bone to pick with you.
Oh, sorry.
You don't like strong zero.
Ah, yes.
I'm very disappointed in you.
I've had a few bad run-ins with it.
Didn't like the
flavor.
runs.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. I'm more of a Kirin Zhuhai person. I like the lemon.
Hey, don't you think that we're propagating the stereotype of drunk guys hanging out at stations?
Pretty much, yeah. And I'm proud of it.
I'm going to tire this.
But what we're doing, I was going to say, what we're doing right here is what you call this here the Eki beers. Is that a thing here?
Yeah, I've heard that. We've done that
in
before.
Tokyo, that's it's the thing a lot of people do. What we call Eki beers. Just have a beer.
Put this up here.
Station.
Pop this up. We get a little. There we go.
Although it's Friends band right
Friends band.
here. Yeah, the band in Tokyo. But yeah, so Eki beer is a beer that a lot of times when you don't feel like going to a bar and paying a lot of money, you just go to a convenience store and then stand in front of the station and have a drink.
Yeah, I've done that with Shane. Gaijin Shane.
Yes, we did Kombini beer together. Remember we stood outside and drank beer?
Right. I mean, many times.
Well, it was one of the few times I was here.
Did we make a video?
Yeah, people had talked that. Said that
we sat down over there. The bus station, which is gone now.
Oh,
we were in the whole bus station.
Oh no, that was a different. No, this was with
We've done quite a few videos ago.
Gaijin Shane. He Japan?
Yeah.
Okay.
He became a airline hostess, stewardess, whatever.
Okay.
That's not the right
I was going to say a flight attendant.
Flight attendant.
Yeah.
Unless you're a man.
Is the mic good on this?
It's alright.
Okay. But people were laughing that I didn't say much. It was mainly you and Shane talking. Where's
He
Shane
can talk.
Where's Shane from?
He's got a mouth on him. He was bisexual though. I mean that.
He was a bicycle.
I'm not bisexual.
Wait, he was a bicycle?
He's a bisexual.
Oh, bisexual. Sorry, I thought you said bicycle.
You like how I sound like an old person? He's one of them bisexuals.
Well, I'm a lesbian.
Trapped in a man's body.
Exactly. Well, I like to think of myself as a lesbian with an extra appendage, but...
So, you know what I did today is I went back and I looked at some of the Yale University SJW videos.
Okay, yeah, I was trying to find that just earlier.
Those are so disturbing.
Yeah.
I'm just... so embarrassed. That's one of the few times I've ever thought, wow, being American is embarrassing.
But you know what? I thought about this though. I saw. Is it the one you were telling me about where she's shouting at us? I think it's her professor about Halloween costumes. Is that the one? Okay, yeah. That was about a year ago, I think.
I think 2 years ago.
Yeah.
He has since resigned.
Yes, that was the case as well. Yeah. But I thought about this though. I chalk it up a lot of it just to youth. Like the girl that was
How
shouting.
can you be
at-
so arrogant that you know what the fuck is going on? in
Because
this
they're
world when
young.
you're 19 years old.
I know. But it's one of those things like when she's 26, definitely 30, she's going to look back and go, jeez, I am so embarrassed by that. I guarantee that's what. And that's why it's like, I don't want to like, pull the age problem. And it's like, because a lot of times they do have
There's a lot of young
interesting
people
things
who
to
are
say.
really smart, a lot
Very
smarter,
smart,
got their shit together a lot better than I did when I was their age.
Yeah. But it's just like, we got to realize, also at university, when people start saying university is this way, well, people are only going to be there from 4 to 6 years and then they're gone.
Right.
It's constantly a transitioning place.
The girl was arguing that if you don't know the story, it's a pretty fascinating story. It's like a train crash, though.
Oh, God.
By the way, I haven't had anything to eat tonight.
Oh,
No, that's fine. I'm just saying, this is going to go
drinking beer,
straight.
yeah.
I haven't had anything to eat since lunch, so I'm just going straight to my head. It's a 9%
neither am I. That's not.
Can I tell you about Nagoya, though? I don't know if you guys can see that thing that's viral. That is the ugliest thing. It's like this spiral metal sculpture.
Is it one of those things they put up in the 70s?
Yeah, I guess so.
I think it's been there ever since you've been here.
Yeah, it's been here at least 25 years.
Yeah, so it's probably one of those modern art.
Unless I just don't
70s.
remember. I mean, who knows? Memory goes. But, yeah, anyway, well, whatever. Youth. You don't need to go on and on about it. You know, I haven't to get on. You're not very political, are you?
Not so much. Like I get accused of being, sometimes by some people I get accused of being conservative, and other
Come a
people I
little
get accused
closer for the mic. I'm not sure how.
I get accused of being conservative. Other people accuse me of being SJW. Yeah, I look at it as just like live and let live, but call things out for what they are. It's like, so for example, like that the British gay guy.
Oh, Milo.
Milo.
I like him.
Really?
You know what? No.
I thought you said you weren't gay.
Everybody's a little bit gay, and everyone's a little bit racist. So for me, sexuality is a spectrum.
Oh, I don't care about his sexuality. It's his politics, or not. It's not even his politics. Actually, he's just your typical troll. Like he'll say something just to get a reaction.
But people react.
It's true.
That's the problem.
That is
Liberals are
true,
so,
yeah.
and I'm a liberal, but not a liberal. I'm not that kind of liberal.
That is true. I keep saying to
so
people, like,
easy to troll.
Stop triggering. Stop getting triggered. It's like. And it's like, I see him doing that, I'm like, I guess I shouldn't fault him too much, because, again, being someone on YouTube, he gets tons of views and gets his money that way.
Is he on YouTube? I don't think he has a channel, does he?
No, but I'm just within the internet world. So he's getting attention through the internet.
Yeah, but he was the editor of Godfather.
Was he?
Yeah.
That
He
really brings
recently
me
resigned. Well, Breitbart News is not a news source. Yes.
the Trump look.
I have a good friend who has quoted Breitbart News to me as evidence of news, and I'm like,
God.
you can't fucking compare that to New York Times.
Even Goebbels would be going like, guys, tone it down a bit.
I don't know, what's Goebbels?
Goebbels, Minister of Propaganda, Nazis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know a lot, well, you make a lot of history allusions that nobody understands.
Oh, sorry.
The Doolittle thing?
The what?
The Doolittle.
Oh yeah, the Doolittle raid that I talked
The
about.
Doolittle raid that he had talked about. I had to look that shit up. Like, I had no idea what the fuck he was talking about.
But I read an autobiography of one of the participants of the raid a couple
This is
years
strong
back.
shit.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
So if anybody sees WIPA,
but it's good. It tastes
yeah.
good.
Yeah. The history kind of changing this up a little bit, but like beer in Japan. When I first came to Japan, American beer at that time, the craft beer hadn't really taken off yet.
Oh.
And so I liked Japanese beer better than American
Oh, yeah,
beer.
me too.
Because where I was from, I don't know, like in New York,
Look at the legs on that. She looks at anorexic.
Oh.
She's anorexic. That works really great from far away, but when they get close, you realize that that's actually the way they look.
Yeah. I'm not.
I mean, not that they're here to serve me, but tantalize me.
I sometimes want to say to girls like that, like, look, any guy that wants your legs that skinny is not worth having.
She does it for other girls.
Yeah, I just don't tell her eat a sandwich.
There's some other social
Be happy.
things I should not be saying on camera.
Oh, but anyway, I was saying
Milo.
I thought we were talking about beer now.
Here's the thing about Milo. I want to say, I do not. And I've said this in a video that is yet to be released. Will probably have been released by this time.
I want to get into the comment section. I love to argue.
Milo, I do not agree with anything he says, but I agree with his right to say it. And I think that people who get all bent out of shape because he said something, are just silly.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I don't like the guy, but it's just like whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, he doesn't bother me.
Apparently, he can give a good blowjob. It hasn't piqued my interest yet. He was bragging about it. I wouldn't be so good at giving head if it wasn't for Catholic priests.
Yeah, like Father O'Flanagan.
Michael, his Father Michael.
Oh, okay. I just,
I got him on my speed dial now.
I'm Catholic
I'm just kidding.
and Irish descent, so it's okay
That doesn't
for
even
me
make
to
sense.
fun of Irish and Catholic. So don't get triggered.
You're Irish and Catholic?
Yeah. Well, a third Irish.
May I?
Oh yes. Damn. I forget this fast time.
So, wow, I busted right through that. It's pretty chilly out here. So, yeah, that's all I care about with Milo. Oh, it's right here.
Oh, okay.
I'm using the what's this called? Bottle opener to prop up the camera. I'll just figure out another way to prop this up. I'm putting this camera in my camera bag. We're doing all right. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, sir.
Oh, but going back to beer, I was saying so when I first came to Japan.
So hold on, this is the stout.
This is stout, yeah.
Okay, I gotta tell you guys how I feel about this, right? Now my mouth has been tainted, well, not tainted, but has been influenced by this. So I've got to rid myself of that taste. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lick this concrete right here. This is concrete. Okay, ready? There we go. Now I've gotten rid of the taste of the concrete. And
oh, this thing is nasty. I think I'll just go with
that tastes like somebody I know. Okay, well, let's
but enough about saying.
Oh, that is very different.
Is it?
That's very different. You should try it right now. It's very different. That's
it's only 5.5.
Okay, that's good because 9% was left. That tastes good, very good, but it's much drier.
Yeah.
Wow, I want to see it taste like parsley or colander. Is that a colander? No, it's cilantro. I want to say it tastes like cilantro for some reason.
Oh, it says on the tap. It says it's exceedingly Moorish. They don't mean Moorish as in Moors from Northern Africa. Just Moor as in Moor and an ISH.
Really?
Well, look at that. So it's exceedingly Moorish.
Created locally in Mino, Osaka to an award-winning recipe, this smooth and creamy dark beer is skillfully conditioned to avoid bitterness. Yeah, it's not bitter at all. Not bitter. While maintaining the true characteristics of stout. It's exceedingly Moorishy.
Yeah.
Moorish.
Yeah.
That is like the laziest marketing. That's good though. And I cannot quite read that kanji there. It's men biru stout. I want to say flag beer. It looks like it says flag, but it's a world beer cup.
But as I was saying, I was into Japanese beer.
Go ahead.
Japanese beer.
I'm gonna focus right on that.
Only started about 140 years ago. Because, Japan was closed off.
What do you mean only? That seems like a long time.
Oh, true. I mean, but
How old are you?
yeah, exactly. But, beer has been around in the Europe for, Well, I mean,
500?
like,
How old is beer?
beer goes back to the Sumerians and the Egyptians. So beer goes back like 5,000 to 6,000
Do you think Jesus
years.
drank beer?
Oh, roughly so.
Do you think Jesus had beer at the Last Supper or wine? Probably wine.
I think in his area in that time was wine. But yeah, beer has been around a very long time. But in Japan, it hasn't. Beer only came to Japan when Japan opened up in the Meiji era.
Well, there was no beer in Japan?
No.
Oh, really?
Supposedly, I heard that like some Dutch gave Tokugawa Yasu some Dutch beer at the time. But back then, traveling that beer, by the time it got over there, it was pretty rank. And so he was just like,
well, there's something. There's some process you do to beer to keep it from going rank. What's it called?
no idea. Beer people.
There's a process, but I heard.
But in the 17th century, I don't think it existed.
But what I heard is that back in the day, like 10 or 20% of your beer would go bad. But if you use this process, it wouldn't go bad.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe the Dutch guys didn't have that.
Well,
now the wine obviously was okay because Oda Nobunaga, who is from this area,
14. You like to have sex with 14-year-old boys?
did he? Oh, so he's like the Milo of his day.
No, come on, you know that.
Okay. You talking about his page boy?
Yeah.
Ranmaru.
Well, the thing about that's really interesting about those guys is that they were shoguns, they were leaders, they were badasses. But they would have some fun with young boys. Like Milo was 14 when he did.
Yeah.
Milo would have enjoyed being a samurai or a page, at least a page boy. You know about the homosexuality.
Oh yeah.
Basically everybody, right?
I wouldn't go so far as say everybody, but it was just one of the things. It just wasn't frowned upon.
Yeah.
I think
Nobody gave a shit. Even the wives didn't care.
It originally started with Buddhism, actually, and I think it was a way the Buddhists.
Buddhists were gay.
No, I mean Buddhism in Japan, certain parts of it. Okay, I could go into a whole like.
Buddhism.
Yeah.
If you're a true Buddhist, you're a celibate, right?
Yeah, you're supposed to.
celibate.
But I think it's one of those things like where you kind of cheat, where like for example, like you're not.
I know
supposed
a lot of priests that cheat. Like,
You're not
drink
supposed,
and
for example, you're not supposed to eat meat. But like in certain areas, they like boar meat. And so it was like, oh, but boar is more meat. You're allowed to eat fish. So what they did was they called boar like mountain whale. But they're still eating boar.
They thought whales were fish. Silly Buddhists.
But so I think it was the same thing like with the homosexuality. It was like, okay, we can't have women, so we'll have young. Well, I'm about to say young boys, but technically they weren't boys; they were teenage men. It's just in our society today, that's still a no-no because we've created, It's like technically, whoever that was that deflowered Milo wasn't a so-called pedophile in the actual definition.
The actual definition of a pedophile is someone who is sexually attracted to people who are pre-pubescent.
Yeah, so under 12.
So he's post-pubescent.
There's a word for the people that are...
but I forgot the word.
That
Look it
are
up and post it in
13
the comments.
over. I call
Look it
them
up
just,
and post in the goddamn comments.
Yeah, I call them just creepy. So
Yeah, that's okay.
But the thing is, like 200 years ago...
I had sex with a 16-year-old girl once. When I was 16!
Okay. Well, I say like 200 years ago, no one batted an eye, but that's because life was short, people got married young, and society saw you as an adult at a much earlier age.
I lied. She was 17, I was 15.
Oh, so we should arrest her then.
She was older than me. I was raped.
But
Are you sure it's only 5%?
yeah, 5.5. But was it like? But in modern times, as the concept of teenager developed, apparently the word teenager only came about in the 1950s. I think. It's a marketing term.
Oh.
But it shows you the difference.
It's like Listerine. Listerine's a marketing term.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So, like when
No, bad breath is a marketing. No. halitosis is a marketing term created by Listerine.
Who's the rock star? Great Balls of Fire.
Chuck Berry.
No, not Chuck Berry. But
Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lewis. When he
14-year-old
married,
cousin.
Yeah, and 14. By the time, I can't remember when he got married to her, but by that time, see, like if that had been 100 years before that time, no one would have thought anything about it because people got married early at that age.
Yeah. Well, wasn't the Virgin Mary like 13?
Probably. Well, I mean, like here.
I don't know why
in
people,
the Aichi area.
People should bring that argument up. Like, if I were, not that I would ever do this, but if I were accused or arrested for raping a 13-year-old, I would say, dude, Virgin Mary.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that because I have an argument.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
I have an argument against that and against Milo. And because the one thing that worries me about Milo, because I think the reason he brought that up in that one discussion, I think he was trying to lay groundwork to defend himself if he's ever caught out with a teenage boy. So when he was mentioning about
That's interesting.
I only saw clips of it, but it seemed like he was trying to say, like, when he was 14, that he was a predator, that he sought out a relationship with Father Michael, and he's trying to justify that, and then that kind of worries me because I'm afraid that we're going to find even worse stuff.
You think what?
All right, so what I'm worried about is sometimes when people bring that stuff up, is like they're actually trying to lay the defense work for something that they've done. And I just wonder if there's something in the background.
When I tell my wife, hey, did you hear about Johnny? He caught his wife is divorcing him for cheating on him. Cheating on her, hey, that's not so bad, right?
Yeah,
she should have stuck it out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. It's like
so she was a stripper, big deal.
So I kind of think, that Milo is kind of like, throwing it out there. So if he gets caught, he can say, "Oh, but see, when I was 14, sorry, not me, Milo. When Milo was 14, and he's saying he was the predator, it sounds like to me.
Are you sure you were sexually attractive at 14? Because I think the audience would find that a stretch.
No. But I think, and I'm worried that Milo.
That's a hard statement to even want to defend. Like, dude, I was attractive at 14. Homosexual men wanted to anally rape me at 14.
Yeah. But I think Milo has some issues. I think he has the issues, and I'm worried though.
He's vehemently anti-pedophile.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll give him that.
I mean, that's what he said.
Okay. But my argument, though, against those people, I guess, like Father Michael, while it might have been acceptable 200 years ago and in the past, our society has changed. And now, so he was, I guess he said he was 14 when it happened.
Yeah.
I think, instead of saying
he sexually predated? Is that the person?
Was
on a priest.
That's right. He says he predated.
He sought out sexual experiences with adults.
But it's just like, again, he's 14. He doesn't know what he's doing. He didn't know what he was doing.
I don't understand how any adult could give into that.
That's my argument, is that it doesn't matter. The adult should have been, dude,
you're 14.
Yeah, you're 14. Even if that person is gay, it doesn't matter. It's just like, look, you're 14. It's not going to happen. Blah, blah, blah. And so that's what someone should have told Milo. Is like, it doesn't matter that you think you.
I'll tell you a fucking disgusting story. When I was in Thailand many years ago with a buddy, me and my buddy were just traveling around Thailand, and we ran into a friend of his who had hired out a girl to be his guide. Okay? And we assumed naturally that she was like adult age or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? And she looked adult age. And one morning I got up and we weren't traveling together at all. We happened to, we met, I don't know where, Bangkok, whatever. And then we separated and parted ways. And then we happened to meet up at the same hotel. We're like, oh, you're staying at this hotel too. When you're doing the circuit, you run into each other. Anyway, one morning I got up really early, I was out on the beach, just walking, what's it called? Walking up in shallow water, what's it called?
Oh, waiting.
Waiting. Thank you. God damn it, what's wrong with me? I was waiting.
You're an English teacher?
No, I know. I was waiting. This is powerful stuff. Let me tell you what it is. They should create alcohol that creates a language. So I was waiting, and she happened to be out there, and I was like, oh, hey, how you doing? We got to talking to her and just asking simple questions, because she didn't speak English at all. Turns out she was 14 years old.
No.
So my buddy's friend
was she just a guy?
was rented out to this guy as a sleepover, whatever, friend for 2 weeks. For like $200.
And see, I don't care if people say like,
And
oh,
but here's the thing, here's the thing. She looked 18, 19, 20.
yeah.
And this is like 15 years ago.
But you know, it's still like
No, must have been more, 20 years ago. So more than 20 years ago.
what I'm worried is that like people. Okay, I won't accuse Milo of this, so I'll let Milo go.
You don't know Milo.
Yeah, I don't know
I
Milo.
don't give a fuck about him.
But people
But I agree that
like
that everyone have everyone
the
has
person who
speech.
credited on him. They will try to make arguments saying, "Oh, well, they're not children. You know, they're young adults." Blah 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 blah. I'm like, no, you're taking advantage of someone at a very very young age.
There's a line.
Yeah.
I mean,
What I was gonna say, like, you know, we say like, okay, Milo is 14 when he says he credited on. I mean, it's his words. We don't really know, but what I was going to say, like 14, like, you know, if you really want to put it in perspective, 14 is that's 8th grade. That makes it.
That guy apparently recognized him.
Okay.
But I don't think he liked me.
But what I mean is like, so Milo.
Sorry, what?
Oh, but think about this.
It's fair.
Milo was in the 8th grade. That makes it. So I don't know why, but 8th grade. If you're American, 8th grade. To me, makes it sound
high
like,
school.
Yeah, that makes it so much worse. It's not even high school. 8th grade sounds so young.
Yeah.
Like that guy should have been executed, as far as I'm concerned. It's just like,
Well, he was a priest, so he should have been flayed and then executed.
yeah, exactly. But see, the worry is sometimes people who have been molested at a young age, sometimes, unfortunately, will become a molester themselves.
That's what they say.
Yeah. And so what I'm saying is to defeat that argument when they try to say, when they try to say they are not a pedophile because, they're not under 12, it's like, I don't give a shit about that argument.
Well, that's not a legal argument. I think once you're,
Yeah.
if you're not an adult, that's.
But I do want to say, like,
you don't need a label. It's
yeah,
just illegal.
that's true. Yeah,
It's illegal.
Yeah, exactly. It's illegal. It's just like, I guess, like for me, pedophiles are much, much, much worse. They're much more disgusting.
That is
But
more
these-
disgusting.
Yeah,
Yes.
but these guys aren't that much more disgusting, or that less disgusting, I guess you could say.
No,
Because they're
I
still
think-
taking advantage.
Well, I think it's easy to say that, but if you want to, if you look at the world and
Yeah.
history,
I'm saying, as an adult-
14 years old is not that young. But
It's not that old.
but I'm not defending that at all.
Yeah.
But it's not nearly as disgusting as a 6-year-old.
Oh yeah, no, okay, yeah. No, that's yeah.
I mean, there are countries where that stuff is legal.
Well, I
I mean,
mean-
in Japan, you know what the legal age in Japan is, right? Tell them, you know what it is.
Actually, I don't.
13.
Oh yeah.
It's 13 nationally, but every prefecture has created their own, which is
Yeah.
much higher. So
Yeah.
that number, which everyone likes to like bandy about on the internet, Japan's
That is
term,
true, yeah.
what was that age of consent?
Yeah.
Is 13? Yeah, on the national level, but that's pretty much a moot point because
every prefecture is actually
is much higher.
functional. Yeah.
You can get married with parental consent if you're 15. With parental consent, and it's very, very rare.
Yeah. Oh, but I guess one of the other points I was going to mention, like 200 years ago, if you had
That
someone.
would look very gay.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, I just want you to know.
I'm just saying, like, girlfriend, please.
You go, girl.
200 years ago, if someone who was like 30 married a 14-year-old girl, no one would have thought
blinked.
about it. Yeah, and the more important thing, the 30-year-old person would not have thought about it. But in modern times, and this is like so, even when they go to Thailand or whatever, where they don't bat an eye, it doesn't matter. They grew up in a society where it was creepy, and so someone who's 30. Oh no, but I mean, but a Westerner going to Thailand, like if they try to argue, like, oh well, it's different in Thailand. Yeah, but you're not Thai. You're American or British or Australian, whatever. It's just like, it's not, we don't do that. And so like someone who's 30 today, hooking up with a 14-year-old, like, I don't know how old this Father Mike is, but I'm just going to give him the age of 30. Father Michael.
No respect for the priest here. For the priest pedophile.
I feel bad for all the other Father Michaels who are like, it wasn't me!
I know, they're all like, oh my god.
Yeah, I know. It's a very common name. Because the bad thing is with all that, there are a lot of good priests out there that are very dedicated to what they do. And it's just,
they would just refuse sex from 14-year-old boys. Cocksuckers.
I mean, for all we know, this story could just be an absolute lie. I wouldn't
could
put it.
be.
Yeah.
No,
That's another thing. Milo just.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like.
He's gonna be the whole thing.
Because it's like Catholic
He
priest,
might even be promising.
teenage boy, and it's just like he just seems to be touching those buttons. But anyway,
Literally, right?
yeah. But anyway, like I was saying, like in just going on the basis, if his story is even correct, when he said he was 14, seeking this Father Michael, and I'm just gonna say his age was 30, whatever. In modern day society, that so-called Father Michael, if he even existed, should have been, no, that's not, the society has changed, you're fucking in 8th grade, no.
I agree.
And that's what I mean, is like, so a 30-year-old in 2017 knows it is frowned upon by society. So basically what I'm saying is there's no defense whatsoever.
No, I agree.
There's no, like 200 years ago, that was 200 years ago. Yeah.
But we have to
It's
agree.
gone.
I will say this. I think the punishment for a real pedophile
Oh, yeah.
should be harsher.
Yeah, no, that is true. Well, actually, like,
They're both terrible things.
well, okay, I would say, like, the pedophile.
There is a difference.
The pedophile, if he acts, I am merciful if the pedophile realizes he has a problem.
There is a difference between statutory and
Oh, no, but I'm just saying, like, the pedophile that realizes he's somehow fucked up. Well, I should say she as well. He or she.
1%.
If they realize they have a problem, they seek help, okay. But as soon as if they molest a child, I'm just like, kill them. To me, death penalty.
I'm for chemical castration.
To me, it's just like, it's like those movies that talk about psychopaths, like, he was driven to kill.
Well, you know what?
And
There's a
it's
really
like-
interesting argument by the amazing atheist who's like, that's not fair. If someone molested you and you survived, it's not fair to just kill them.
See, I say bullshit to the amazing atheist.
Well, but it's not, you survived. And there are a lot of people, apparently,
The reason
30%
why-
of all women have been molested, and they're not all, should we kill all those people? There's a lot of people to kill.
Well, see, because
You want to kill all those people who
the problem
molested
with molestation is it's a damage that continues through their whole life. And so this is the worrying thing. They can create, a molester can create future molesters. So it's almost like an epidemic, a disease,
But then, if that's true, then molesters are innocent because they were created by the molesters. You said it.
But it's just like the so-called it's just like the so-called in movies where the psychotic killer has to kill because he's driven by some voices in his head, and I don't have any sympathy for that because it's like I know like you're being told you must kill them. They say I can't help myself. It's like no, it's like just immediately turn it around on yourself. Would you like to be killed? No. So as soon as you kill someone. It's like, I have no sympathy for you. Now, if you have a mental problem that, and you seek out help, I am more than merciful, like, oh, we'll help you. But once you cross that line, like once you have killed that person, or once you have molested that child, at that point it's like
once you admit that you have the problem, everybody hates it.
okay, that's another issue. But I'm just saying, like,
Unless you don't get the death penalty.
yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, once you cross that line, it's just like I have no sympathy for that individual because they have crossed that line. Basically, they have hurt another human being, and then, but if they realize there's a part in them that wants to hurt other human beings, and they go, "I need help."
But everybody wants to hurt other human beings.
For different reasons.
We can all agree.
Yeah. So anyway, so I was saying, like, so some pedophiles, death, the people, I guess 13 to 17-year-olds, just harsh sentences.
Or chemical castration. Or real castration.
Well, some of them
Real
probably,
castration. I'm okay with
yeah.
it.
But because, like, and really, like, if anyone out there who is from between 13 to 17, and they've got some older person, doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman, trying to, it's like, yeah, there's something wrong with that person.
There's something wrong with that person.
Yeah, because our society has been this way now for at least 60 years. Because that was the one thing I was going to mention about Jerry Lewis. It was interesting, the changing of the time. Like I said, 200 years ago, no one would have thought anything about it.
Jerry Lewis?
It was Jerry Lewis. And
who's a comedian?
oh, sorry, Jerry Lee Lewis.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Sorry to Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lewis is going to be pretty angry.
I'm sorry,
When he
not
sees
Jerry
our
Lewis.
video.
Sorry.
You should apologize to Jerry Lewis.
Pretty lady. But Jerry Lee Lewis, I thought it was rather interesting.
Horrible. Jerry Lewis.
But yeah, Jerry Lee Lewis, I thought it was interesting. Like when he married a 13 or 14-year-old girl, and I guess it was like late 50s, early 60s, people really got pissed off at him. Yeah. It just showed you that the times were changing. And they were like, this, because I don't know how old he was at that time, but he was significantly old enough that people thought, that's not cool.
I would hope so.
But like I said, in the past, people didn't think about it because life was short, and it was like...
unlike this video, which is really way too long. And I think we pretty much have exhausted our arguments, which I think all of you agree with. Pedophiles are bad. Semi-pedophiles are not as bad, but still bad.
Still bad.
If you are possibly going to be victimized, then that person's a freak, a creeper.
So if you're between 13 and 17 and you have somebody 10 years older than you, or even...
unless he's me.
Anyway, report them.
I'm not interested in you sexually at all. I'm married.
I'm just worried that something's going to come out with Milo. I mean, other than himself.
Nothing's going to come out.
Well,
all right. And Milo, fuck you anyway. It's free speech. Free speech, so fuck you, Milo. All right. Thumbs up for fuck you, Milo. Good night, guys. It's a Monday night. We're at a convenience store getting drunker. And this place is packed. Like, we've been waiting like 5 minutes. This place is just so busy. Of course, we're in a negotiation, but still a bit busier than you would think a negotiation.
Yeah. 10 o'clock on a Monday?
Yeah, 10 o'clock on a Monday tonight.
Bye bye. Yeah, bye.